MIL Media and Information Literacy. MIL in action. For today's video, we will be discussing the evolution of traditional to new media. Let's start. First, let's have a review. Write T if the statement is true and F if it is false. Then underline the word that makes it incorrect. The first one. Some examples of formal media during the electronic age are typewriter, photography, and printing press. The answer is false. Now, instead of having electronic age, it should be industrial age because these things are part of the industrial age. Next, transistors are used in electronic equipment like computers, radios, and television sets. The answer is true. The prehistoric age refers to the time up to about 5,000 years ago before writing was developed. The answer is true. The prehistoric age is defined by the substitution of handy tools with electrical machines like the power loom and the steam engine. The answer is false. Electrical machines like the power loom and the steam engine was used in the industrial age. Last, the development of the transistor powered the rise of the electronic age. The answer is true. Now, before we finally start our lesson, I want you to tell me what kind of media are the following. That is an example of a newspaper, and newspaper is part of print media. The next picture is an example of a radio booth, and radio booth is part of the broadcast media. And the last one, that is an example of a new media. Because anything shown on the internet, like the one shown in YouTube, is part of new media. Now, those three samples that I have shown you fall under the types of media, which are the print media, broadcast media, and the new media. Now, let us discuss these three types of media one by one. The first one is the print media. Now, this type of media, paper and ink, is produced in a printing press that is traditionally mechanical, such as books, newspapers, magazines, journals, newsletters, and brochures. Now, print media may include text, graphics, or a combination of both. We have different examples that fall under the print media. One of those is the text media. Now, this type of print media is simple and flexible for conveying ideas, whether handwritten or printed. Not all text media are print media. Now, text media may also be displayed on screen as part of broadcast media, multimedia, or new media. Examples of print media include the printed books and posters. An important feature of text media is typography. Typography is the art and technique of arranging the visual component of the written word. It features textual designs with optical illusions that improve readability and help convey meaning. Fonts and alignment are parts of typography. Another example of print media is visual media. It is a type of print media that refers to pictures, photos, images, and graphics used to channel communication using the sense of sight. Visuals combined with text are also considered as visual media. Like text media, visual media are not limited to print media. However, visual media is a general term for any medium that mainly makes use of sight as a channel to receive the message. An important feature of visual media in print or elsewhere is graphic design. It is a process of visual communication that organizes and presents information developed through a creative process for a particular purpose. Graphic design is part of your daily life. From things like candy wrappers to huge things like billboards to the t shirts you are wearing, graphic designs inform, persuades, organizes, stimulates, locates, identifies, attracts attention, and provides pleasure. This is an example of visual media. Let us see other examples of visual media. Informational graphics or the infographic is a visual representation of information to understand the high volume and complex data easily, like for example the graphs and the charts. Cartoon is an example of a visual media. Now, cartoons are a sketch or drawing intended as satire, caricature, or humor. Like, for example, the comic strips, the editorial cartoons in newspapers and magazines. Another example of visual media is the photography. A photograph is an image created by light captured on a light sensitive surface, which is usually photographic film. Nowadays, few people use photographic film. The advent of digital photography via digital cameras and cellular phones has made taking photographs easier and less expensive. Moving on to the next type of media is the broadcast media. It is a type of media that reaches target audience using airwaves as a transmission medium. Examples of broadcast media are radio and television. Under the broadcast media, we have the audio media. It is a type of broadcast media that uses audio or voice recording as a medium in the delivery of information. These are devices that appeal to the auditory senses. An example is the radio broadcast. Multimedia is a type of broadcast media concerned with the computer controlled integration of text, graphics, drawing, still and moving images, animation, audio, and other media where every type of information can be stored, communicated, and handled digitally. Multimedia can be recorded and played, displayed, interacted with, or accessed by information processing devices, such as high tech and automated devices, but can also be part of live presentation. Multimedia devices are electronic media equipment used to store and play or display multimedia content. In the early years of multimedia, the rich media, a term with a similar concept, was used in advertising. Hypermedia is an extension of multimedia where photos or graphics are linked to other sources of information. An example of multimedia is the TV broadcast media. The third type of media is the new media. It is a term used to integrate the different technologies emerging on one digital platform to organize and distribute content. Some examples are podcasts, augmented reality, video games, blogs, and wikis. There are two common characteristics of new media. We have the disseminating the information to several receivers, which is theoretically infinite in customized ways, depending on the specification for endorsed categories. Moving forward to media convergence. This refers to the merging of different equipment and tools for producing and distributing news through digitization and computer networking. It allows media text to be produced and distributed on multimedia devices. This is also known as technological convergence. Now, media convergence is a synergy of communication, computing, and content in the digital world. A smartphone that has camera, radio, web browser, and video is an example of converged media. Now, let's have an activity. Present the usability of each type of media by completing the table below. Now, let us test whether you have learned something in today's video. Please grab a pen and a paper. It's quiz time. Identify what is being asked. Do it now. Time is up. Let's check your answers. Number 1, infographics. Number 2, broadcast media. Number 3, new media. Number 4, print media. And number 5, visual media. I hope you got all answers correctly. Good job. Because of this, here's a virtual clap for you. As an additional activity, pick a news and show it how it was presented using the print text, broadcast, and new media. The following questions will serve as your guide. Please accomplish this and send it to your MIL teacher. At this point, I want you to do 4 things. Hit the like button. Post your comments and thoughts about the video. It will be very helpful to me. Subscribe to my channel so you may be updated when I uploaded the next video. Share this video so others may earn and learn from it. And this has been your teacher Leo. Thank you for watching. God bless everyone. See you on my next video.